to enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 15, verse 54 onwards. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, and please take over the call.
There is no purport to this verse, so what? I mean, you still want me to? I should go to the next verse, or
Whatever you like, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च ये कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो विष्णुभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसुदी गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिमित्रपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोऽनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेषशून्यादि पश्चात्यधीशतारणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभुनित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर। Actually, I forgot last week. I couldn't finish the presentation. I have a question for all of you. You want me to finish that last week thing, or I can continue from 55? It's up to you.
Yes, Prabhuji, please finish last thing and then you can continue.
Then, someone, you should give me the, what is that? Can I, you should allow me to share.
Okay, Prabhuji.
No, I think already I got.
Yeah, you have already.
So, I was continuing the verse, and there Dhruva Maharaj is mentioned, and I just, so I got the opportunity to make the presentation. So Suniti, always, we have no control on what happens, but we have control on how we respond. Suniti said, my son, Sunit instructions are very instructive. Don't wish anything inauspicious for others. I took these lines directly from Bhagavatam, 4th canto. Anyone who inflicts pain upon others suffers himself from that pain. Don't wish anything inauspicious for others. Anyone who inflicts pains upon others suffers himself from that pain. Hare Krishna. So your stepmother actually she spoke very heavy words to you, but my child, so don't wish anything bad for her, because it will come back to you. Second one, give up the envious attitude. And Suniti responded very nicely. Suniti said, your stepmother said, go to forest, worship Narayan, and that proportionally you take. So don't achieve anything. Krishna is the giver. So don't develop any envious attitude to your brother or your stepmother. Third one, she said, worship Krishna. Take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead to fulfill your desire. Amazing. She took only portion of a positive portion of the chastisement of the stepmother, and she told him to follow that. Wow, it's a very bad situation, but still she was very positive. And Dhruva Maharaj walked out, and she told him, she thought, okay, the boy will forget eventually. But she slept. Boy didn't sleep. Boy got up and walked out. See, what is the power of Dhruva means? What is the power of his determination? Narad Muni came. Narad Muni came and told me, my boy, just go home. This is common. This is not the time to do austerity. You're only 5-year-old. Said, no, no, no. We are Kshatriyas. So, second, this one is the power of Bhakti Yoga. If you are sincerely determined, you have the blessings of your parents, and your mother has given you, you're following the footsteps of your mother, instructions of your mother. Then Narad Muni came and gave him a mantra and taught him Bhakti Yoga process. First thing Narad Muni said, this is actually, we read in Bhagavatam, before starting Bhagavatam, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra. It is a Satyuga mantra given by Narad Muni to Dhruva. And Dhruva, uh, and he said, this is not the place for you to do worship. Go to Madhuvan, where the Supreme Lord is present. He is present everywhere. Madhuvan is part of Vrindavan. Then you make a deity form and worship him. And you chant this mantra. Ladies and gentlemen, devotees. And apart from this, Dhruva knew nothing. He got a mantra. He learned how to do the deity worship. That's it. Now the third portion of the story, Dhruva's austerity. So Funadman instructed him all the process of deity worship, and then the Bhakti Yoga process, and the mantra meditation, and Nadman left. And the next portion is a Dhruva's worship with determination. Dhruva ate only fruits on every third day. Dhruva ate only fruits on every third day. I mean, what he would do in the morning, he would get up, he would take bath, he would worship the deity. He carved out of the mud from Yamuna, clay from the Yamuna river. He would worship, he would offer everything, Argya Padhya, so all the things, what is that, Dobdip Navedyam, so everything he would offer. But for himself, he would eat only fruits on third day. This is the first month. How old was he? 5. Second month, he ate only dry grass and leaves. On 6th day, honestly speaking, I want to tell, this is the one reason actually, today I'm doing this thing. Bhakti has to be executed with determination. Time is running out for us. Am I investing in Harinam? Am I investing in chanting of the holy name sincerely? What are the limbs of bhakti that we are practicing? Are we determined to pursue it? One day, one Mataji in Dallas, she told one guru is one of the very advanced gurus in ISKCON. He was actually giving class, and she said, Maharaj, I've been chanting for 25 years, but nothing happens. Nothing. I don't think I have made any progress. Maharaj said, that is not, Mataji, that is an individual problem. Process works. When I heard this, I said, I should not ask this question for myself after a few years. Or people whom I'm cultivating should not ask this question. And what I did, I took classes on Manasiksha by Raghunath Das Goswami. What was a painful revelation from that classes. Do you want me to tell? Manasiksha classes, not many verses actually. 9, 11, 9, 10, 11 verses, that's it. Like nectar of instruction. How many of you want me to really share? You know, I was taking classes for the community.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, please share.
Please share.
I am stuck at the verse 4, 5. 4 and 5. You know, pure Bhakti Devi enters into your heart at 7th verse. I mean, on the 8th verse, 7th and 8th, of course. So, it's a painful Krishna's revelation to me. Hey Prabhu, it's very easy to take classes when somebody is listening. But you have to improve. Application is very important. How easy it is when somebody is, it is to speak when somebody is listening. Wow. See, then you want to go to 6th verse from 5th verse. 5th verse is actually, all the dacoits on the path of bhakti. Kam, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya. The 6th verse is donkey urine. So, of name, fame, and prestige. So, you are not what devotees are talking about you. You are what Paramatma speaks about you. The super soul in your heart is watching you, and you have an idea, fairly idea what you are. So, where is the determination? So, the process works perfectly. What are the processes that worked for the people of Bhagavatam? What are the processes Srila Prabhupada established as Senapati Bhakta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Sanatan Siksha, he instructed them, actually he instructed him 2 months on the bank of the Shashwamedh Ghat. Then Srila Prabhupada eventually, that's when, based on that instructions, Goswamis wrote books. Srila Prabhupada translated them into English language and he simplified the process. The process works. Goal is the love of God. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva. What is that? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami in 3 books, three tattvas. Krishna Tattva. Bhagavad Gita speaks of Krishna Tattva. Bhakti Tattva. Bhagavatam speaks of that. Prema Tattva, Rasa Tattva is a Chaitanya Charitamrita. I mean, these things are all there in Bhagavatam also. Krishna Tattva is there in Bhagavatam, Bhakti Tattva is there in Bhagavatam, and Rasa Tattva is there in Bhagavatam. Prema Tattva also. Prema and transcendental melos. Sorry. So 3 more, but anyway, the first 3 words are very prominent. I forgot the words, but so the point is, one has to make progress. One should have a qualification to read. Last class I mentioned Shravanam. We should hear with the desire to change. Then after the class is over, Mananam. What is the point I have to take home? Nididhyasanam. This point I'll apply. Can you believe Dhruva Maharaj is eating only fruits on 3rd day? So, whether this Satyuga, they had a lot of strength. What is our obligation? I will do Ekadasi. I will not eat outside. And 2nd month, he ate only dry grass and leaves. Hare Krishna. And 6th day. And 3rd month, he drank only water on the 9th day. And he continued his worship in the trance. He attained Samadhi actually. Wow. Because he controlled mind and senses. I have a question for all of you. You're fasting on Ekadasi, once you in the evening, you become so weak, somebody comes and slaps. No, I have no problem, bro. Beat. I'm joking. So when the stomach is full, the senses are active, we become angry. So what he did, he drank only water on every 9th day. And 4th month he stopped that also. He started inhaling air. He started breathing air only on the 12th day and fixed up. Hare Krishna. And because of this, he got perfect control in mind and senses. He controlled his breathing and stood on one leg. In the heart, he focused on the Parama, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Haribo. And when he continued 6th month, what he did? He captured the Lord. He couldn't, if his focus was so fixed up. Hare Krishna. And he started breathing. And because of that, what happened? This all in network, right? Everything is connected. Then Devatas had problem breathing. They went to Vishnu and said, "My Lord, please, this boy may be like Naran Hiranyakasipu, wanting so many benedictions." And Vishnu said, "No, no, no, he's not like that. Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And Dhruva was fully watching the Lord from within. Suddenly, the Supreme Lord disappeared. Then he became agitated. He opened his eyes. When he opened his eyes, he saw the same person before. Hare Krishna. So he became ecstatic. And he wanted to glorify the Lord. But he had no knowledge, right? Vishnu put his conch shell on his head. When he put his conch shell on his head, then everything was revealed to Dhruva. Hare Krishna. Everything was revealed to Dhruva. And Vishnu said, "What do you want?" "I don't want anything, my Lord. Please ask. I know why you came here. What was the goal? What is that? Artho jignasar ardharti." So, distressed, who want money, inquisitive, and jnani. These 4 people approach Krishna, but they are not pure devotees. They want something else. But Krishna says in Gita, these 4 people, because they are approaching Krishna, they are in the good books of Krishna. Chaturvida bhajantemam jana sukrutino Arjuna. These are the 4 pious people who artho jignasa ardharthi jnanecha. Paratarshava, distressed. Example, Gajendra. Ardharthi is Dhruva. Ardho jignasu ardharthi. Ardho jignasu. Who is jignasu? The 4 Kumaras. Sorry, sages of Naimisharanya. Sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Saunak Rishi, they are very inquisitive. That's why they hear the heard with so much attention from Sutta Goswami. Ardharthi is Dhruva. And Jnani is Sukadeva Goswami and the 4 Kumaras also. They have knowledge and they wanted more knowledge. Sukadeva Goswami. So, Dhruva belongs to the category of Ardharthi, not a pure devotional service. So Vishnu said, "I know you came, ask. No, my Lord, I don't want anything." "Now, please ask." Kachan vichendvan adidevya ratnam swamin kratardosmi varam nayache. "My Lord, I came for the broken piece of glass and I got you. The diamond. Ratnam." He didn't ask, "I don't need anything." "Okay, we want green card." I know people who died after 2 months after getting green card. Citizenship. People want money. 50 years later, that money will be there, but you won't be there. People want position and position. And they will be there. They're all temporary. Okay, you want a planet. A planet may be there, but you won't be there. You're an engineer. 50 years later, you won't be engineer. You have a family. 50 years later, they may be there, but you won't be there. Everything in this world is temporary. So rather asking this broken piece of glass, temporary things, ask for bhakti, pure devotional service. "My Lord, I saw you, I don't need anything." But Vishnu said, because, He is responsible. You have children. You give money every day, down $2, $4, $5, without wasting. They put in the piggy bank. When they become 25-year-old, you give your entire business to them. So Vishnu said, one lifetime, for 36,000 years, one manvantara, you rule this world. Free from birth, free from old age, disease and death. Then, at the end, you want a planet bigger than your grandfather, right? Great-grandfather, Brahma. I'll give you that. That is that planet actually, my planet in the spiritual world. During Pralaya, universal devastation, your grandfather Brahma's great-grandfather Brahma's planet, Brahmaloka, is destroyed. But this planet is not destroyed, Dhruva. In fact, in the spiritual world, all the planets rotate around this planet. You should come here. You will be the in charge once you come back. Amazing. So, and Supreme Lord disappeared. And one more point out end. What is that? Stepmother, your stepmother, she offended you. She will be burned to death. She'll become mad. Your brother will be killed. And when she would hear that, she would become mad and she would be killed. No Vaishnava Parada, Hare Krishna. And Supreme Lord disappeared. Dhruva was not happy on his way back home. Why? I still have this vengeance against me. I have a vengeful mentality against my stepmother. That's why Supreme Lord, instead of taking me back to Godhead, he gave me all these things. Dhruva felt bad. This is the Dhruvatil in Mathuan. This is the place where Dhruva attained perfection. He saw Vishnu here. Anyway, the last day, Dhruva was going, and 36,000 years he finished, he ruled. And aeroplane came, Dhruva worship fell at the feet of all the devotees. He sought their blessings. And suddenly, the giant Vijay, Nanda Sananda, all this Hari Parshad came. He did not know how to take care of them. It's an offense, right? Immediately what he did, he started chanting the holy name. When they heard the chanting of the holy name, they were happy. So if you don't know, if you are worried about committing Vaishnava, immediately start chanting the holy name. Then everything is balanced. Then the death came. Hey, wait. How can you, with mortal body, the body is Panchabhautik Deha. How can you go back to God with this? Dhruva Maharaj put his foot on the head of, he stepped on the head of death and entered the aeroplane. Wow. Then aeroplane started moving. Suddenly he said, no, wait, I'm not coming. So what happened? No, I don't want to come. Why? My mother is the one who introduced me to Krishna consciousness. And I don't want to go there without my mother. They laughed and said, look forward in that direction. And before him, there is one more aeroplane. That aeroplane, his mother was sitting. As a Vatma Pradaksha Guru, Path Pradaksha Guru, she introduced Dhruva to Krishna consciousness. So she also became qualified. She went back to Godhead. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we want to tell. Today I want to tell you car and care. Change what you can change. Rather than feeling sad or rather than crying. There's a problem, address the problem. Change it. If you can change, work hard. And there is no, Krishna doesn't say, no, accept the problem and suffer. No, Krishna has given you intelligence. Change what you can change. Accept what you can't change. Sometimes we have an autistic children, or have a health issue. I'm handicapped. You know, have a health issue, some disease, cancer, diabetes, whatever. And if it cannot be cured, like some people by birth the polio, they are on crutches. Accept it. You have an autistic child, accept it. Rather than rejecting the truth, accept it. Well, the next one, R, raise above. There's a problem. I have a toxic, I have a alcoholic husband, alcoholic wife. But they are very good people. 90% very good, only 5%, 10%, 5% problem. Then raise above. Means, for example, you have a building, you're in a home. But if you see same building, if you sit in the flight, the building is there, but you're high, you rose above. Then problem appears small. Rather than seeing the problem in the magnifying glass, you raise above. Then the problem will become small. It will not bother you. Problem is there though, but it will not bother you. Because you made it small by the mindset. The last one is you're unable to change, you're unable to accept, you're unable to rise above. Then you have a toxic boss. You have toxic relationship there. You cannot even bear their presence for 2 minutes. Then ought to talk to 10 devotees. Otherwise, ego is so high, we always reject everything. That's not good. So you try, apply CAR, rise above, and these things are not working, and every minute is a problem, then you reject. But for that, car care, to give you, to have an intelligence, what to reject, what not to reject, what to accept, what not to accept, what to change, what not to change, and what to raise above, what not to raise above, we need to have a very fixed up intelligence. For that, we should worship Krishna. By chanting this holy name, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, Eneche Aushadhi Maya Nasi Baralagi Harinam Mahamantra Lautami Magi. Oh, friends, I'm giving you, I'm bringing this medicine. What is that medicine? Harinama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is what I want to tell. And then I just finished it. We can go back to today's verse. We still have. You want me to take questions or should I take the verse?
You can take words, Prabhuji. We have sit time.
Okay, great.
Please, sorry.
So then today's verse, on his path of ascent, the progressive living entity enters the different worlds of fire, sun, the day and the end of the day, the bright fourth night, the full moon, and the passing of the sun in the north, along with their presiding demigods. When he enters Brahmaloka, he enjoys life for many millions of years, and finally his material designation comes to an end. He then comes to a subtle designation from which he attains a casual designation, witnessing all previous states. Upon the annihilation of this causal state, he attains his pure state, in which he identifies with the super soul. This way, the living entity becomes a transcendental. This gradual process of elevation for self-realization is meant for those who are truly aware of the absolute truth. After repeated birth on this path, which is known as Devayana, one attains these consecutive stages. One who is completely free from all material desires, being situated in the self, need not traverse the path of repeated birth and death. So let me read the verse and purport also. Agni Surya Deva Prajna Deva Prahna Suklo Suklo Rakotram Swarat Vishwat Taijasah Prajnas Turya Atma Samanvayat. That is because there is no purport this. We'll go to the next verse. I already read the translation. 55th. Devayanam idam prahur bhutva bhutvanu purvasaha atma atma yajyapas santatma hyatmasto nani vartate. This gradual process of oh, there is no purport to this also. We read the purport translation actually. Let me read the purport. This gradual process of elevation for self-relation is meant for those who are truly ever the absolute truth. After repeated birth on this path, which is known as Devayana, one attains these consecutive stages. One who is completely free from all material desires, being situated in the self, need not traverse the path of repeated birth and death. Yayate Pitrudevanam Ayane Vedanirmite Sastran Chakshna Veda Janastopi na Muhyati. Even though situated in a metal body, one who is fully aware of the paths known as Pitriyana and Devyana, and who thus opens his eyes in terms of Vedic knowledge, is never bewildered in this metal world. Purport. Acharyavan Purusha Veda. One who is guided by the bona fide spiritual master knows everything as stated in the Vedas, which set forth the standard of infallible knowledge. As recommended in Bhagavad Gita Acharya Pasanam, one must approach the Acharya for real knowledge. Tadvijnanardham Sagaram Evabi Gachet. One must approach the Acharya, for then one will receive perfect knowledge. When guided by the spiritual master, one attains the ultimate goal of life. Very nice verses actually. Ladies and gentlemen, goal of life is to realize we are not this body, not the mind, not intelligence, not ego, but we realize we are a spirit soul. And we are all in the airport. Where are we? In the airport. Some people are human life is actually life in the airport only. Why? As soon as the human life is over, what will do? Some people take local flights, means they'll come and take birth in America only. I mean, some people will take some people take international flights. They'll go and take birth in other areas. Some people will take birth in international intercontinental flights, and some people will take birth in some celestial flights. They'll go to heavenly planets, higher planets, other planets. Some people go to lower regions also, hellish regions. But some people will take spiritual flights and they'll go back to Godhead. Bhagavatam wants everyone to go back to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone to go back to Godhead. Lord Chaitanya says, you don't find anybody, you don't find anybody, any dear relative than me, Lord Chaitanya says. Why? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give Krishna Prema to everyone, and send him back to Godhead. तेयं सदा परिवग्नविष्टदोहं तीर्थास्पदं शिवरिञ्चनुतं शरण्यं प्रत्यार्ध्यं प्रणतबालभावदिपोतं वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दं. What Brahma and Shiva are looking for, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. Brahma and Shiva, they don't look for any products in the Walmart or Target. What they look for? Krishna Prema. That he has come to give free of cost. For that, what he did, Tyaktva Sudhishyata Suryapsita Rajyalakshmi Dharmishtharvachayatigadharanyam Maya Mrigam Daitipsitamanvadavat Mande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam. To do this, to give Krishna Prema to everyone, he has relinquished the association of Lakshmi Devi, Vishnupriya. He left the family life also so that he can actively, engage himself in spreading Krishna consciousness and give love of God and send people back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. And what is it? Whoever would see Lord Chaitanya, they would get instant Krishna Prema. Whoever Lord Chaitanya would see mercifully. What is the best example? The animals in the Jharkhand forest. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave not human beings alone. He gave Krishna Prema to animals also. Wild animals. Tigers, lions. So, so there is a 7th chapter Bhagavad Gita, eternal supreme actually. So, Dhumena Vriyate Vahini Yata Darsha. Sorry, what is that? No, that's a different verse. If you, this verse, this chapter is about what times you leave the body. If you leave body, during the Dakshinayanam, means from June onwards to December, then you'll come back to this world. Sukla Pakshe Gatirhyete, that verse is there. There is a Krishna Paksha and Sukla Paksha. Sukla Paksha is waxing moon, Krishna Paksha is waning moon. In Krishna Paksha, anybody who leaves the world, they have to come back. But very interesting, this is for whom? Bhakti yogis? No. This is for Ashtanga yogis. All the yogis except Bhakti yogi. Bhakti yogi means they're under the mercy of, they're under the Chhatrachaya, they're under the shelter of Krishna. Bhakti yogi doesn't need to be worried at all when they leave the body. What they should be worried? They should be worried only one thing. Am I chanting Hare Krishna mantra sincerely? Am I doing my service? And am I doing my service? And am I making sure I'm not offending anybody? Not criticizing anybody? Am I serving devotees and am I continuing my preaching? If you do this, you'll be happy. Can I tell a small story and finish it? Real story.
Please, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll take only 3 minutes and finish it. 2004 or 5, one day I went for preaching and came back. Mother Malati, our GVC in Vrindavan, she posted this story on the wall. And the story starts, this family, they are initiated by Sivram Maharaj. And this Mataji, nice devotee. Prabhu and wife and husband both are initiated at a very young age. Maybe she's hardly less than 40, 38, 39 years. She was contracted with cancer. And by the time they realized the problem, the cancer doctor, they went to doctors told them, cancer spread all the parts of the body, we can't do anything, you go home. Go home means what? Means go home and be ready for death. Hare Krishna. So then what happened? So they contacted Maharaj, and Maharaj said, you stay in some temple, So they're from South America. So they went to one of the South American temples. I think, anyway, one of the South American temples in Mexico. They're from Mexico, I think. The story starts, husband was taking good care of the wife, and they'll move to a temple, and um, she was very attached to the children, right? Mother, right? Naturally. So pay the friends, all the temple residents said, Mataji, don't worry, Krishna takes care. So you just focus on sadhana. And husband told her, don't worry, I'll take care of the children, but you just focus on bhakti. Slowly, her body started deteriorating and eventually she became bedridden. And she was confined to bed actually. One day, she was She was shaking her body vigorously. And she was crying, and and the husband thought she was going to leave the body. She went everywhere. He went everywhere to bring some doctors. But interestingly, temple in morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, temple, nobody was there actually. They all went for duties. Half an hour later, he came back. He started calling her, but she was not responding. Then he started chanting. Interestingly, sometime later, she came back to consciousness. Husband said, why you are shaking your body, and what happened? I want everyone to please listen. She said, Radha and Krishna came. Radharani and Krishna came together. Krishna said, I want you to dance. So, but she was confined to bed, right? So she couldn't fulfill Krishna's desire. That's why that is her version of dancing. Wow. Husband was really shocked actually. And he forgot. Then devotees told, don't worry, Mataji, we'll take care of your children. You focus on sadhana only. So slowly she got, she became free from that attachment because she understood what could she do, but body was failing and she understood anytime she would leave the body. One day, 2-3 weeks later, same morning, 10 o'clock, again, she was vigorously shaking her body and then she was smiling hysterically, Yes, she was laughing like anything. And same thing, she was not responding at all. Husband thought that definitely she'll leave the body now. And so he went out and tried to call me devotees, but nobody was there that day also. And she was not responding. He came back to get it. He couldn't find any doctor. He came back. Sometime later, she became normal again. Husband said, what happened? Why you were laughing now? Why are you shaking your body? Is it shivering or what? She said, no. Radha and Krishna came and they told me, this time Radharani spoke. She said, when Krishna tells you to do something, you can say no to Krishna. But when I tell you to do, you cannot say no to me. She said, dance. And Radharani was speaking so encouragingly, lovingly. So she was laughing and she told, my spiritual form is this. My relationship with Krishna is this. My service in Golak Vrindavan is this. The next day morning, she left the body. So this process works. Only thing is we have to be sincere and serious. This is what I want to tell. Thank you very much. We should of course execute bhakti under the guidance of spiritual master. I'm sure many of us are all initiated. That's what I want to tell today. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madhavan Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, and especially the first half of the class was just so nicely explained, and I felt like it's for me to really follow, take things seriously. So I wanted to ask you one thing, Prabhuji, like I also told you last time, like, some of us are not, in a situation where all devotees are there, but then, we try our best to uh, create that environment, bhakti environment everywhere we try to go, whether it's family, outside. So I've seen one thing in the material world, that sometimes people know they will react very fast to something. The reaction is very fast, and they want to make changes to the fact that somebody says something, they'll just complete. The reaction is right there. So in any situation, it could be like suppose somebody says something. So how is it that we can encourage other people to tell them that first you think, assimilate, maybe just chant the Maha Mantra 1 or 2 times, But generally with me, I know I will not be able to, but I just wanted to get some input from you that whether you and others would also face a similar situation in the material world, where the reaction is very instant and then they don't know what they're doing, what is happening, and then they regret later of that reaction.
Basically, material world means Rajagun and Tamagun. So when Rajagun and Tamagun are prominent, most of the times people actually when I was making this presentation last week, I was telling this. We make our decisions not thinking of the consequences. That's the Rajagun Tamaguna. So we instantly make decisions, instantly we react. So many people do that. And later we regret. Same thing with anger. People become angry and they regret, and there's a blackout, and we regret for the rest of the life. So you're asking for a suggestion to them, or you're asking for yourself, that you did not mention it. But anyway, the application is, if it's my problem, what I have to do is I have to chant my round sincerely. I have to read Bhagavatam. I should follow the bhakti, path of bhakti very sincerely. When I follow the path of bhakti sincerely, tada rajastamabhava kamalobhadesche chete tiranaviddam stitam sattve prasidati. If you serve Srimad Bhagavatam, book Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavatam by reading it, and if you serve a devotee Bhagavat by following his instructions, slowly you will get rid of this Raja and Tamagunas, mode of ignorance and passion. And you come to Sthitam Satya Prasidhati, you'll come to Sattva. If it is others, tell them to chant 1-2 rounds. And tell them to follow the process. If they're not doing it, just give them prasad. But we should not argue with them. Does it answer your question?
Yes, probably. And from the last line that you mentioned about tell them to chant, suddenly one more question came to my mind. There are lots of people, it's kind of a preaching question where we tell them to chant, but they say, no, we can't chant. We're very impure. We eat egg, or somebody will say we do smoking, or, no, we're not that pure. How can we have the chanting? How can we chant? So this is the excuse they give. So, just if something you can explain in reference to this, how we can again tell them, or we tell them simply, oh no, you go ahead and chant even if you're doing other things which are you feel are not right. Can you shed some light on this? Thank you, Prabhuji.
We go to schools, colleges, because we don't have knowledge, material knowledge. Even when somebody comes to universities or colleges, they're zero. They don't have any knowledge. Why we go to university or college? To acquire knowledge, because we don't have that knowledge. Similarly, why do we come to spirituality? To acquire purity. Today it is not there. So not that you are very pure and then only you'll follow this. Spirituality purifies you. The way we go to school, university, education institution to acquire knowledge, we come here to purify ourselves. Day one, we don't acquire these things. So two things. I eat, whatever the example, what are the points you told. I eat meat, I eat, I smoke. This will purify you. But should I give up? No, just continue doing it. You take up the positives. Do you want to make your life better? Yes or no? Yes. Then take up the positives. Prabhupada didn't tell any drug addict to give up anything. Prabhupada told them, eat prasad and chant the holy name. And in 2 months they changed. When it worked, the process worked for drug addicts, why it doesn't work for others? So we come to spirituality, we have to come to Bhakti Yoga for process, for purification, so that we can make our life better. You can give it up and do it. You can chant the holy name and eat prasad. If you have problem giving them up, we don't tell you to give up anything. Just eat prasad if possible. Chanting is very easy. Eating prasad means your wife has to make an offering. If or for that you have to become vegetarian. Okay. People say we are non-vegetarians. How can we offer? Okay, the rice, there is no onion, garlic, and meat in the rice. Chas, fruits. Okay, you're non-vegetarian. Don't offer it to Krishna. Whatever vegetarian, you offer it and eat it. It will make your life better. Don't worry about whether you're pure or not. We are interested in making your life better. You speak like that. What do you think?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, the last line was very, very right. And of course, we have to also look into our situation where we were at one point, even if we were vegetarian, we were eating onion, garlic, we were having tea. But somehow, with the Holy Name Purification Association, we were able to, discard this. But it was still difficult. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Your classes are so good, wonderful, and look forward next week also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, it is very, very wonderful and nice to hear you always. And thank you for such a wonderful nectar every Tuesday. Yeah. And the pastime you mentioned about New Vrindavan, I don't have a question, but what was the name you mentioned, Prabhuji, from New Vrindavan?
They are the disciples of Shivaram Maharaj, and it is not the pastime of New Vrindavan. It was pasted on the wall. Mother Mal, they printed it, I said.
Oh,
And they are from Mexico. They are from South America.
okay.
This is happened actually 2004, means 21 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, it's a long time back.
Mm.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you. Nice to hear you. Such
Krishna.
wonderful pastimes.
Any question or comment anyone has?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Geeta. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. I didn't get the name of the person you mentioned who was getting Radharani and Lord Krishna's. Who in this example, who were we talking about, Prabhuji? Sorry, I missed out.
I don't remember her name. It's like 21 years ago. But they are from South America and Mexico. I think Gaudalahara community, I think that's a temple they moved into. So it's so long, I don't remember the name, but I remember the entire story.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Would you like this?
Yes, very, very, like you said, it works. That's also what you said. That stuck. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Amritamani Devidasi. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, very wonderful lecture.
Thank you. Any question? If nothing is there, then we'll end it here. Thank you very much.
Prabhu, one thing, this is Kunti Devidasi. Just one very wonderful class. I always enjoy your Tuesdays. I try not to miss Tuesdays. So one question about Rasa Tattva, and like you were talking about love of God. So I have asked this question to someone else too, and so when we bring the deities home after our initiation, and so sometimes when we can't go to the temple and we sometimes live far away, is serving the deities at our home and offering prasadam, is it similar to the maha at the temple itself?
Temple Mataji, yes and no. Yeah, yes, because if you have the same sincerity, Krishna is everywhere. The post box and the post office. You put the letter in the post box, it'll reach the destination. You put the letter in the post office, it'll reach the destination. That way, if you do with a sincere love and affection, if you make an offering to Krishna with sincere love and affection, Krishna will accept it. And it bids prasad. Yes, in that way, prasad is not available only in ISKCON temples, but it's available at home also. But we need to have that type of sincerity, that type of cleanliness and punctuality. But in the temple, they are installed deities with that's why I said yes. But then no, temple the deities are installed. There is so much strictness. So strictness in worship, 7 artis, 7 offerings. So the devotees are all focused in pleasing Krishna. Prabhupada is also there in the temple. So there is the artis and festivals, people come together and chant. So Prabhupada said the temples are replicas of Vrindavan. To the extent you follow the temple standard in your home, that much extent, yes, your temple is also Vrindavan. Prabhupada came to America to make every home Vrindavan. It all depends on our sincerity, Amma.
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much.
Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to add anything? And we'll end it. Thank you. Vancha kalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanabhya vaishnavbhyo namo namo anantakot vaishnavandaki jai. Shri Prabhupada jai. If I spoke anything wrong, do excuse me as a humble servant, but very grateful for your patience.
His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
Prabhuji. Hare
for
Krishna.
this
Jai.
wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone.
Hare
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Krishna. Dhanavad pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad pranam.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Hari Bol. And
Hare Bol.
Mitra Vrinda Mataji joined first time today, so let us welcome her by chanting 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hari
Hare Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol, Mitra Vrinda Mataji. Dhanavad pranam.
I couldn't miss Yugal Kishore Prabhuji's class. I saw, and I
Yes.
came. Yeah, because it is because of Prabhuji, that we were so inspired in Boston, when we started. So,
Yes.
yes. Thank you,
I
Mataji.
give every Tuesday, Mataji. So,
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, definitely. Hari Bol.
Bol. Dhanavad pranam.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.